Hello everybody, this is Jonkel Gurga and I'm going to do a review of The Jungle Book, the new live action adaptation uh, based on the Disney animated classic from the 60s. Why I say live action like this is simply because it's a CGI masterpiece, to be honest. Visually, this movie is fantastic looking because nothing was shot on set. It was all done with computer effects and in the little LA studio, which is massively impressive actually. But let's get to the point of it. What is the Jungle Book about? If you've never heard about the tale, it is based on the book written by Rudyard Kipling back in the 1800s even, and it is about a little boy, a man cub, living in the jungle with a pack of wolves. But one day a threat emerges and with the tiger of Shere Khan, who hates man over everything else, and he's basically out to kill Mowgli. So, which is the name of this little man cub. So Mowgli has to go on a little adventure and journey to get back to the village where he's from, and there we follow his adventures through the jungle to get back to the village. Uh, the Jungle Book, the animated one, the Disney animated one from 1967, or yeah, 67, is one of my personal favorite animated movies, not just as a kid, but even now as a little more mature teenager. It is one of my absolute favorites in the animated genre. So, for nostalgic reasons, I was very hyped when this movie got so great reviews to start off. I thought that this movie is going to be pretty epic. And in sort of ways it was, and in other ways it wasn't. I'm gonna get into that. Overall, I think this movie was really good. It definitely is. It's a movie you definitely should go out and watch in theaters because it's worth also the experience because of how visually impressive the movie is. However, I do have some problems with the movies, and I'm gonna state them. One of them is basically how it seems that they kind of changed things up uh, just because a little bit. They kind of want to differentiate, how do you say, differentiate, maybe that, from the animated classics. They don't want to feel like a carbon copy, so they kind of change some things around, but it doesn't always make sense, and it kind of feels that it just cut the movie in a different order. It's kind of the exact same story with some different cuts here and there, and that's kind of weird. And I also think that Ka was very, very wasted in this movie. She, because she's played by Scarlett Johansson, didn't have any impact on what happened in the movie and was basically useless, which is a shame because they really amped it up with the trailer, having cast narration that maybe she was going to be a great character. She wasn't. Shere Khan, even though when Shere Khan is on screen, Idris Elba delivers a great performance, there's too little of him. I wanted way more Shere Khan than I got, so that's kind of a letdown also. But other than that, I think the Jungle Book was a great and fun adventure that could be fit well for the whole family. Uh, there are not a lot of the original songs reappearing. We have King Louis' song and the Bare Necessities returning, which are probably the two favorites anyway. So it's great to see those. And let's just say this: Bill Murray as Baloo. When I just heard that cast decision, I was like, that seems spot on. And I also think it was. He was amazing as Baloo. He just felt so right in the role. He has the comedic timing. He has the kind of old dudeish kind of man feel that just makes it very, very well. I also loved Christopher Walken as King Louie. I don't know, he has this kind of weird voice, you know. We all know that, and he kind of sounds retarded a bit, but at the same time, he also sounds very clever, like a clever old man who's been through a lot of things. Uh, let's just say he was quite awesome as King Louie. Ben Kingsley as Bagheera, really good. Lupita Nyong'o was really good as Raksha, the wolf. So performance-wise, there's no real bad thing there. And overall, I think Jon Favreau did a great job with this movie, and I think he also did a great job for directing the first-time actor Neil Setti as Mowgli, because even though he had some off lines at times where he definitely felt that this is his first movie, he is talking to a green screen, he doesn't have anything to act with. He still did a good performance. He did impress me at times. Just like, because when you think about it, it's just him there in the studio, so it's quite impressive that he did so as good as he did. Anyway, uh, But like I said, there are some problems I had with this movie. I wanted to love this movie, but I really can't say I do fully out. Was it a really good movie though? Yes, definitely. It was fun. It was charming. I would say it has the charm, but not the heart of the animated classic, I would say. And believe most people will disagree with me, but that's how I feel. I feel that the weird kind of things, rearranging scenes and changing it here and there to make some changes that were kind of unnecessary. It just made it kind of choppy sometimes in pace wise. And there's one scene in particular with Shere Khan where I was just like, really? Why did you change that? That is unnecessary. It's like, why do we have this thing? Like I said, Shere Khan doesn't do a lot in this movie. He's not in it that much. Uh, it may not to say that he did a lot in the animated one, but I'm just saying I thought the way they went with Shere Khan was kind of weird because I thought Idris Elba's Shere Khan was great otherwise. Uh, in the end, what I can say about the Jungle Book is that it is a visual masterpiece that gives you a kind of choppy adventure with some unutilized characters, but in the end makes for a charming, enjoyable, and very pleasant ride. In the end, I'm going to score The Jungle Book a 7 out of 10. It is a really great family adventure movie overall, and and definitely the greatest live action Disney movie we've gotten with these new ones with Maleficent and Cinderella and such. And it's a movie I definitely recommend you to see in theaters just for the visual experience of it. My name is Uncle Gurga, and thanks you for watching.